Okay, here's the homework for you guys. It's a worksheet that I did hand out, but if you were not here or prefer doing it online, here are the first 5 problems. You can pause it and write those down. And here are the last 5 problems. You can pause it and write those down. The first 5 are expanding logarithmic expressions, and the last 5 are condensing them. I'm going to go over a couple of these. I'm leaving probably 2, 4, 6, and 8. But try them all on your own and then come back and check the ones that I do. If you have any questions on any of them, just bring it to class on Monday. All right, here we go. Number 2 on the paper. We have 8 times log base 4 of y squared over z to the third. So I'm going to bring out that 8. And remember, since it is division, we're going to be subtracting. Hold on one second. Okay, so it's going to be log base 4 of y squared minus log base 4 of z to the third. And remember, we have our power to power rule. If you have an exponent, you can drop that down in front. So we're going to have 8 times 2 log base 4 of y minus 3 log base 4 of z. And if I multiply this 8 or distribute it, it's going to be 16 log base 4 of y minus 24 log base 4 of z. Don't need the parentheses. I don't know why I did that. Right, on to number 4. We have log base 6 of L to the 4th divided by m to the 5th n squared. So I'm going to break this up. Log base 6 of L to the 4th minus, maybe that might be an I, L, it's a variable either way, minus log base 6 of m to the 5th n squared. Okay, now we can actually split up this second part because that is multiplication. The multiplication is happening right here. So you have log base 6 of 2 things being multiplied. So the first part, I will be able to change that in a second. I'm going to drop that exponent down, but I'm going to wait for a second to do that. Log base 6 of L to the 4th, or I to the 4th, minus, now, this is where you got to be careful. It's minus everything over here. So I'm going to put parentheses because I made a mistake with this earlier. So it's going to be minus log base 6 of m to the 5th plus log base 6 of n squared. All right, so we have that. Now I'm going to have log base 6 of L to the 4th. Well, matter of fact, at this point, I can drop that exponent down. So why don't I do that right now? I can bring this 4 down, and I can bring this 5 here, and bring this 2 here. So I'm going to have 4 log base 6 of L minus 5 log base 6 of m plus 2 log base 6 of n. And that would be all right there. If you were to distribute it, you'd have to distribute the negative here and here. So be careful. And if you did distribute it, you'd have 4 log base 6 of 1 minus 5 log base 6 of m minus 2 log base 6 of n. Right? Okay, on number 6, we're actually going to condense the log. So instead of expanding it, we're going to write it in a single logarithm. So we're going to rewrite this as a single log. So when we're expanding it, typically we do the power rule last. So when we drop the exponent down in front. Here, since we're doing the opposite, we actually might want to do that first, or it might be helpful. So I'm going to have the log base 5 of 8 minus the log base 5 of 3, all of that to the 4th power. Now remember, when you subtract, if you go back to the first one and the second one actually, we had division. And when we had division, we actually broke that down using a negative, minus. So if you have a minus, the opposite direction is going to take you back to division. So in here, I should have log base 5 of 8 divided by 3. All of that to the 4th power. And that's it right there. Written as a single log. Okay, number 8. On number 8, instead of ln, they actually on the worksheet used log base e. We could rewrite this as 7 ln x minus 3 ln x. It's not, I just want you to know that those are the same thing. They actually write log base e here, so that's another way. So you can write ln log base e. They are both the same thing. Let's just keep it as log base e since that's how they have it on the worksheet. And in this case, be careful because that 7 is not, on the last one, remember that 4 was with the entire thing because it was around or on the outside of parentheses. On this one, that's not the case. So the 7 is with this first part, log base e of x, and 3 is with this last part. So what I can do here, I'm going to take my 7, put it here, 3 here, so I have log base e of x to the 7 minus log base e of y to the 3rd. Now remember, you have subtraction. That's going to indicate division. So I can break this down, or condense it rather, and I would have log base e of x to the 7th divided by y to the 3rd. Let me write that a little nicer. Log base e of x to the 7th divided by y to the 3rd. I don't know how much nicer that is, but that is your answer, rewritten as a single log. All right, any questions that you have, please bring them in to class. Also, if you're interested, I'm putting up other videos if you have missed any days this week.